Hey guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. You know me, I'm Kevin here. I like to talk about things high to low in luxury and literally everything in between. And if you've been subscribed or you've been watching me for a while, you know that today's video is not going to be any different. So let's get right into it. So I want to say, in the next few videos that I post in March, my scents of the day are going to have a green theme because, I mean, green's a great color. But also, they're going to have kind of a throwback element to it, being, you know, scents that I used to wear, that I still wear, or have started to wear again. And some things that I wore in high school are going to pop up. So you don't want to miss that. Today's scent of the day, though, is Kenneth Cole Reaction. It's a very, very clean smell. It's one that you can wear every day for any occasion, really. It's just really, really nice and clean and fresh. It also faintly hints the smell of Clinique Happy. So if you have that, or if you like that, then you would definitely like this as well. So today's topic, the thing that I want to discuss is, I want to comment further on a video that Autumn Beckman did regarding luxury, being over it, getting bored with it, things like that. And in the same vein, I would like to kind of talk about how I got thrown into this and when I started getting into luxury items and things like that, of that nature. So I grew up an only child, so I was spoiled to an extent. My dad died at an early age. My mom and I haven't spoke to her in probably 10 years just because she's not that kind, like, she's just not a good person. And that's really all I'll say about that. But it's very important, I think, as you go through your 20s and into your adulthood, that you surround with people that are like your people that are going to support you and love you no matter what. And she's just not somebody that I kept that relationship with, and that's okay because I turned out just fine, and I have no regrets, and I'm a very happy adult, and yeah, I'm thriving. So moving forward, I will say the one thing that she did instill in me at a very, very, very early age is a work ethic, and that if I ever wanted anything in this life, I was the only person that could do that for me. So going back though, sorry. I grew up an only child. Didn't grow up rich or anything like that. My dad died when I was 12, and things were like hard for a while. I had to get a job when I was 16. I had to be out of the house by the time that I was 18. The high school years that I had, I did wear designer clothes. I grew up in the age of Abercrombie and Chaps and Ralph Lauren and, you know, that kind of stuff. So that was my earliest kind of exposure to like high fashion or like luxury, especially when it comes to like just clothes, going, you know, to go to school in or whatever. And now that I think about it, I think, like, really going back, if we want to have a Freudian moment, I think one of the reasons that I even got into it for, you know, in that time of my life, it's because going further back, okay, so I also grew up in the time where moms were like really, really into the Home Shopping Network and like QVC. And although those things are still around today and they're still very popular, my mom was basically, this is not going to stay on today. This is going to be a problem. Sorry. Like, my mom was one of those moms that she would just sit in front of Home Shopping Network for, you know, days on end if she wasn't working. So days that I, you know, were sick out of school, or like didn't have friends to play with, or wasn't playing my Sega Genesis, I would just like hang out with her and watch her buy jewelry and all these things that were nice, you know, at the time. So yeah, I think really looking into my own psyche, I think that's where it began. So, flash forward through through high school. My first, and this is so funny to think about now, but after high school, my first like luxury brand, which now it's known as a lower contemporary brand or just a medium contemporary brand, was Vera Bradley. And I feel like coming out of high school, that was a very adult brand to be attracted to, or a very of a certain age, like niche of people buying Vera Bradley. So yeah, so it was Vera Bradley, and after that it was Brahmin. Again, I was like 22 or 23, and these were the designers that I was buying, thinking that I was, it or whatever. I knew about Louis Vuitton and I knew about Gucci because I would watch Fashion Weeks and Cindy Crawford's show on VH1, and I delve very deep into that, like, at a very, very early age. So I was always, obsessed with that stuff. I knew what it was. In my mind, it was never something that a normal person could attain. I thought, that's for the ultra wealthy, yada yada yada. I used to be really, really obsessed with watching Isaac Mizrahi's fashion shows back whenever he was like at his height. That might actually age me a little bit, but so yeah, so early 20s, I'm buying, Brahmin and Vera Bradley, thinking that I'm like the only one. And then a pivotal moment happened in like 2004, whenever Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan had these like Dooney and Burke bags. You remember them? They had the numbers on them, and that was the same time that there was like this teen resurgence of like Louis Vuitton, like younger people buying the brand. Jessica Simpson like having all that Louis Vuitton luggage in the early 2000s. So that kind of spotlighted those high-end brands for me even more. Now, moving on. I'm really getting into it today. Now moving on, going into like 2000. No, let's back up. So in that time, like I said, in the time of the Lindsay Lohan, Dooney and Burke, like all that, whatever all that was going on, that's when I started saving money to buy my mom Coach stuff from the boutique or the outlet via like birthdays and stuff. And this is about the time that I bought my very first Coach item, and it was the denim interlocking bifold wallet. I was very, very proud of that whenever I bought it. I moved around a lot since, so it's not something that I own anymore, but I am watching one on eBay right now, and I'm thinking of buying it out of pure like nostalgia, because I miss those turn lock wallets that Coach used to do. So here we are. We're in the early to mid 2000s. I'm experiencing all these what I think are luxury brands at the time. Now we know that there are contemporary brands. I have all these things coming at me, and the job that I have, my boss introduced me to Louis Vuitton. Now, you're gonna laugh because it wasn't Neverfull, because to my knowledge, Neverfulls weren't around till 2007. So it was whatever that was before that. She had one, and I was obsessed with it, but I had already I already had like other messenger bags and like work bags, so that wasn't something that was attainable, I guess, or like for me at the time. But I did purchase. Now remember, she had got this bag through a friend, and so she told me that I could buy a wallet and a backpack and a belt that this guy had, and I think all of them together, it was like $200 or something. And this was kind of like at the height of whenever people were doing like, I guess this is really what started like the fake bag train or whatever. Is when it got like really, really popular, and like you really had to make sure that you were buying directly from Louis Vuitton, because there were so many fakes out there. And I was still at an age where I was not privy enough to know the difference. I honestly thought that I was just getting a really, really good deal. And of the things that I bought, the wallet is the only thing that I still have. I'm going to show it to you. And there's another piece that I'm going to show you too. And the only reason that I still have them is because, I mean, they're crap, but it's more like sentimental to me, as that's whenever the switch really turned in my head to, you know, to really, really be into this kind of stuff. So, oh, you guys are going to laugh. So, it was a canvas wallet, a monogram canvas wallet. I carried this for, gosh, 6-7 years, I think. And this is the kicker. This is when I should have known, but I also didn't know, because I didn't know the difference between authentic and inauthentic at the time. So I didn't realize that this was like a big no-no, you know. So the inside of this wallet just has like a picture. Like nobody still does that. It was just wild. But it has the accoutrement, I guess, the slits. I mean, this thing, it's beat up, it's cracked, it's gross. As you can see, like, it's not good, and it's not a good. I thought it was a great wallet at the time. I also thought it was real. So, moving on. So yeah, that was kind of my first. Like I said, I carried it for years. Had no idea whatsoever that it wasn't authentic until about 2007, whenever I started getting more comfortable with the brand. And I got this little guy right here. This was actually given to me by a friend. We were hanging out. I was over at her house one day, and I seen this bag, and I thought that it was the most beautiful thing that I had ever seen. It had keys, it had a dust bag. I was like, oh my God. And she was like, oh, well, you could just have it. You're gonna let me have that Louis Vuitton bag for free. And you know, that's what I was thinking in my mind. And she's like, yeah, just take it. My mom got it for me, and I don't ever carry it. So, yeah, it's yours. So, I'm going to show you this bag. And I carried it for so long. First of all, thinking that it was authentic. And you just couldn't tell me anything. And it's been through hell. And you guys are going to, like, probably laugh out loud, because it's a really, really bad. I'm just going to show it to you. Look how bad it is. You guys, I thought this was real. The worst part about this bag, the bottom. It's got feet. We know Speedies don't have feet. What is this? What is all this stitching? Look how bad that is. So yeah, the handles are actually chewed up pretty good, and that's why they're on there. whenever we go on vacation, we literally just put all the dog stuff in here. But again, that's something that I don't carry obviously anymore. But it's something, it's just another one of those pieces that I won't throw away because it takes me back to that time, and it kind of reminds me of where I come from, and that I am, as an adult, able to afford luxury now, whether it be pre-loved or brand new. So, going back to the original point of this video and commenting more on what Autumn was saying in hers, throughout all this time, Coach has been the brand that I have always kind of went back to. It's easy. I think how well Coach makes their stuff, even for the outlets, I think is well. I've never had a problem with it. I've been buying Coach for almost 20 years now, and I just don't see why anybody would ever leave them. I know a lot of you do collect a lot of Coach with your LV stuff. I just think Coach is always just great, and I think that you should always buy what you want. And sometimes, if I am switching out my bags or I'm switching out my wallets, LV isn't the first thing that I go for. It's not because I don't love it. I will always love it, and there's always something new LV that I am going to want and going to get. I've got LV tattooed on my body, for goodness sake. So for me, it's not something that I'll ever stray away from. It's just Coach and some of the other contemporary brands will always, I guess, have a more special place in my heart. I don't know, if that's exactly how I want to phrase that, but for now it is. And I just think a lot of people crap on it, and I don't really know why, because it's good stuff. And controversial opinion here, I think that the Coach outlet stuff hits way harder than the boutique stuff. I think the patterns pick outlet items over boutique items, because I just think they're better. And as far as the quality, and I know the quality's different, but I also think if you take care of your stuff, it doesn't matter where you get it. As far as that, that in that vein, I don't mean, if you go to Walmart and you pay $20 for a bag, it's ultimately going to be a piece of garbage. It doesn't matter, how you take care of it. And I do believe that if you pay more for stuff, that it's going to last longer. This video really got away from me, but I hope that my point at some point is getting across. Just that I love luxury. I will always love luxury, but I will also always go for Coach or something contemporary first. So that's all. I've said this before. I am just a regular person on a regular budget, and I come here from a different point of view. As you guys probably know, I have said before that I am more of an SLG person. So, and that's how it will always be. Coach, Louis Vuitton, it doesn't matter. Wow, this topic really got away from me. Like I said, I hope that you got something out of it. As always, you should always buy what you love, no matter what it is. You should never let anybody tell you what to buy. Buy this or don't buy that. No, you should always buy what you want. This is just where I came from, how I got into all this, why I love it, and all that stuff. So, I love you guys very much. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for hate watching. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.